Greetings, Earthlings! Before we start exploring, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, wherever you're listening. It helps more people find the show and supports our mission of making science accessible to everyone. You're here with DJ CLOUD. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to the Exploring Your Universe radio show. Exploring Your Universe is LA County and UCLA's largest science fair, and this year we are on a new, very special date. We're going to be on Sunday, November 8th from 12 to 5 in UCLA's Court of Sciences. You're listening to DJ CLOUD and
DJ CLOUD DROPLET.
DJ CLOUD DROPLET, aka Kat Banach, is a doctor, actually. I forgot. You're Dr. DJ CLOUD DROPLET. But as far as EYU goes, she's been a loyal booth volunteer and booth leader, and most recently served as our finance chair for the past 2 years. So the reason why DJ CLOUD DROPLET hasn't been on the podcast is because she's been so overworked by being the finance chair. There's no time. There's no time to defend and be the finance chair and be on the podcast. It's like, we'll do that after the defense. And now here we are.
Here we are, yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah, super excited. Yeah, it's funny because, I think I'm always like, oh, I'm going to do the podcast. And then it's like, oh, you have this thing that you need to do. You need to write this paper. You need to, you have to advance to candidacy.
Oh,
you have to defend. You have to write your thesis. So, and then on top of that, there's EYU, which has been so fun to be a part of. But it is also time consuming. So yeah, finally have time for podcast and other things.
That is exciting. Excellent. I'm very, very happy that you're here. So you actually just told me when we came in that you've been at booths before you were a finance chair.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know each other before you were on the board, but I guess we've shared the space. So walk us through a little bit of your EYU journey.
Yeah, so I was a grad student, just graduated from the Atmospheric and Oceanic Sciences Department at UCLA. I participated, well, first, just to kind of go backwards in time, in 2020, which was COVID. So EYU looked extremely different than what it looks like now. So I do remember hearing EYU in 2020, but it was online. And as a first year, I really didn't have the capacity to really get involved. So, and it was online and everything was weird. So I didn't get involved with EYU until my second year. And that's when we were back on campus.
So that's 2022.
2021.
Okay.
2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because 2021 was still on Zoom.
Okay.
2020 was in some weird other software that I forgot about.
Yeah.
And 2021 was the regular Zoom meeting, and then we came back in person.
Yeah. So okay, you are correct. It's so crazy how the years pass.
I know.
So yeah, I was involved with the Atmospheric Oceanic Sciences Department. I'm just going to call it AOS.
Yes, we love
ease.
AOS here.
I did the AOS booth one year, and that involved tornado in a bottle and some fun dynamics experiments. And then I'm also part of the Society for Gender Equity in the Geosciences called SCEG, and we did a booth as well. And that one was a shaving cream cloud droplet
I do remember.
thing.
Okay, is that where cloud droplet's gonna come from?
Yeah, so we put a glass of water and then put shaving cream on it, and then you drop food dye, and the food dye will kind of trickle down through the shaving cream and mimic cloud droplets. And I'm doing these hand motions where I'm simulating a cup and then trickle down. But you get the gist. And also that same year, I also volunteered to be one of the speaker.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I volunteered for not to be a speaker, but to help with speaker facilitating the speakers. So I've always kind of been involved with EYU, but it wasn't until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2024. 2024, where one of my friends in the AOS department, her name's Nikki Stumbaugh. She was involved.
We love her so much. Big fan.
She's in the space physics. Not yet. She's engaged. I think married next year.
Oh, married next year.
Yeah. So, but she has been involved with EYU as well, and she kind of wrote me in to do finances with her, and that's where I met Megan for the first time, or DJ. Stellar Cloud.
We used to have to really abide by the DJ names on
Yeah.
UCLA radio.
Mhm.
Here it's not as serious, but it's
Okay.
still funny. And
It is fun.
I like thinking about our UCLA radio roots because they're
Yeah.
also a student in Oregon. We love that.
Yeah.
No, but it was so great to have you on the board. You just have this sense of like competency. Sorry, that's like a crazy thing to say about somebody, but like, you know what I mean? Like you're like,
You
hey,
get the job done.
you get the job done,
Yeah.
but like in a way that's like not nebulous. You're like, these are
Yeah.
the things we have to pay.
Yeah.
These are things we can do to get this money, and then we're going to like just process these payments.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people, and I love these people on board too, who are more like brainstormers, more like
Yeah.
I'm gonna think of ways to expand EYU, but you're like, there is a job that has to be
Yeah.
done here. I'm gonna do it.
You give me a checklist, and I will get
Yes.
the checklist done. I don't like making the checklist.
Yes.
But if I have to, I will. Yeah, I think that's just like the nature of who I am, and like growing up like in an immigrant household where you're just like,
Mm,
you got to do this, 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 and this.
yeah.
And that's how you'll get to where you want to be. So
Are you an
yeah.
eldest daughter?
No, I'm the
Oh,
youngest.
that is so weird.
It's a surprise. Like I think I surprise people when I tell people I'm the youngest.
Yeah,
but
that
I
is
am the
very shocking.
youngest. Yeah. Yeah, but I guess it's just kind of a thing where,
Yeah.
you see how like your older sisters go about
Mhm.
things, and you're like, okay, that's how they were successful. This is how I'm gonna also maybe be successful. So
Wow, I
yeah,
hope my brother someday says that about me.
one day. I did not say that about my sisters, like
Okay.
maybe until like a few years ago.
Okay,
So
okay, so I have time.
you have time. Yeah.
He'll be 19 soon,
Yeah.
and he's
He's
joining
joining the
I
board.
know. So I know he must, like, at least appreciate that about me to some extent, because he was more than welcome to say, like, "I'm not coming at all."
Yeah. No, I mean, that's really great. I mean, I was surprised when I
Yeah.
think it was like a month ago when we had our kind of like
Yeah.
meeting where we
Big
met
kickoff.
everyone. I was like, this person reminds me so much of DJ Stellar Cloud.
That's so funny!
But not really. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was a weird kind of thing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, no, people know we're siblings, like, right away. Like, it's
Yeah.
clockable that
Yeah.
he is the younger boy version of me. In
Yeah.
a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, we'll get a little more in the weeds of finance now because you were sort of instrumental in what I would say was like revamping the finance world over the year.
Yeah.
As EYU grows, we have more expenses and we need more money and we need more infrastructure,
Yeah.
the financial infrastructure to support like the booths, and
Right.
we keep expanding, so it's
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I joined with Nikki, who I don't think has a DJ name.
No, she doesn't.
But
We haven't had her on yet, but I'd
yeah.
love to have her.
Maybe we'll have her on soon.
Yeah.
But we kind of inherited this position where I think the president kind of did the finances the year before. So it was like there wasn't really like there was a finance, but not really. And so we were just really trying to figure it out. And the way that finances work is we ask for donations from the physical sciences departments, the individual departments there. So AOS, EPSS, which is Earth, Planetary, Space Sciences.
I say that one like every week.
Okay,
So they'll
that's
get
what I
that one.
thought.
Yeah.
Because you're an EPSS. And we kind of expanded. We
have.
saw the list of like who we've asked previously, and we're like, well, let's just like shoot for the stars, and let's start asking like engineering, and let's ask like other departments, smaller departments. Let's expand to life sciences because that we do have life science booths at EYU. So why don't we kind of tap into that? And so that was pretty successful. And to do that, you kind of have to start early. So we start in the summer, kind of writing these emails to departments.
Yeah.
And we kind of get confirmation early on. So we kind of know what our nest egg is from that. But we also apply to all these different grants within UCLA, within like the Student Government Association. And yeah, we applied to all those grants, but we also tapped into Spark, which is now crowdfunding. And it's basically a GoFundMe in a way. Or a Kickstarter.
And that was thought of by you and Nikki, right?
Yeah.
We've never had that before you guys.
Yeah. And when we talked to development from physical sciences, at first they were skeptical because it's a big task. You have to basically build your whole platform and come up with these tiers of donations and really like engage with the community, and you have to do all that before it launches.
Yeah.
And we did that as a mechanism to sell T-shirts from, and that way we didn't have to like exchange cash or
Yes.
Venmos or Zells, which I think
Yes.
previously we had done, and that's also really challenging. So it was one website where we could kind
Yeah.
of do that, and yeah, it was really successful. We set our goal to, I think, 5,000
Yeah.
that year, and we succeeded it to, I think, like 6,000.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that's how we kind of expanded the finances in that year.
And this past year,
Um,
I think, beat it by even more because we
yeah,
raised our goal to 6,000 and
yeah.
we hit like 8.5 or
I think
something
we hit
crazy
eight and
like
a
that.
half. So
Yeah.
people are really generous and they want to
Yes.
support EYU, and they're looking for ways to support EYU. So yeah, we're looking forward to doing it next year, or at least the finance team is. I no longer am a board member, but I am happy
Congratulations.
to advise and help in any way I can. But yeah, so um,
I'm sure Hannah will ask you for help at some
oh
point.
yeah, she already has, so
Oh, okay, perfect.
totally fine. But
Yeah. And we have onboarded a new finance chair this year,
yeah,
Eling, and
yeah,
I hope all that goes very well.
yeah, yeah. Finances, it's an extremely daunting task because
It's
if
scary.
you don't like, you don't think about it until you're actually in it, and you're like, if I don't raise enough funds,
Yeah.
what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And like this last year was actually pretty fun because we had undergrads join the board, and that
Yeah.
helped us tap into the undergrad kind of portion of the Student Government Association, so we could apply for grants that undergrads are
That's
that
right.
are available to undergrads, but not grad students.
And I
So
think that did expand our budget by
that
like
helped us.
almost 10,000.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
helped us a lot. I will say it is also a challenge though, because like you get these grants, you have to write, kind of
Yeah.
line item everything of like what
Yeah.
you're wanting to spend without really knowing what we're spending our money on,
Yes.
because everything gets ordered for EYU kind of a few weeks
It's very
before it.
haphazard.
Yeah,
By
so
nature, we can't do it another way.
yeah, we have a general idea of like
Yeah.
how much the venue is gonna
Yes, the
venue
venue
is gonna
costs the same every
cost,
year,
and
but like the booths that show up
yeah,
is different every year and like lunches
lunches
are
and
always going to be different.
so that's kind of a challenge. But then after EYU is also the challenge too, because you
Yes.
have to kind of like get all those purchase orders, and you have to kind of wrangle a bunch of people, and you have all these cross UCLA emails from
Yes.
this department to this department, and it can be kind of a minefield. And I'm going to be honest, I'm still struggling with like understanding how it all works, but
Yeah.
it gets done at the end of the day. We have amazing people in the physical sciences department that help us,
Yeah.
and amazing people in SOL, which is the Student
Student
Organization
organization
Leadership
leadership I don't
E.
remember E.
Yeah, but they're really great.
Yeah.
So like a big shout out to them. But it is a really kind of daunting task.
Yes.
And every year it gets more expensive, and this last year was also a challenge because we weren't sure how we were going to get funded because of
That's true.
all the like
That's right. It was really
politics.
it was
Yeah.
really EYU got handed to me right after Project 2025 got set in, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow, that is gonna be absolutely crazy." But, we made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually, we ended up not really being affected by the federal budget cuts, which was
Yeah.
really, really amazing, and shout out to Kathleen Meacham at
Yeah.
the Division of Physical Sciences. She's Associate Dean, and she's, like, our biggest supporter of all time,
Mhm.
and I just wanna say, like, finance, it's a scary task, but this
Mhm.
organization has a lot of safety nets that I think aren't always so visible to people who are applying.
Yeah.
So I noticed, like, finances are least applied to role, I think, on the board. It's our most necessary, but
It's so
it's our least
fun.
applied to because people are nervous about what's going to happen. Because again, they don't wanna be feeling responsible if the org doesn't make enough money.
Yeah.
But it's a shared task of trying
Mhm.
to get these donations, and there are so many staff members at UCLA who are dedicated to making a good EYU, who
Yeah.
they will come through for us and help us find funds if necessary. They've
Yeah.
done it before.
And even within the board, like
Yeah.
you have so many people that you can kind of tap into and like ask for help. I think people are really open, especially this
Yeah.
last year. The board that we had last year was just so incredible because, everyone was just like all hands, like if you need help, I'm here to help. So that was really fun, and enjoyable. Yeah. And I'm thinking about it now, like had I not gotten roped in, by another person. I don't know if I would have applied for finance, but it makes sense to me now that I was in that position because, it is a very much like regimented kind of
Yeah.
position.
It's not like, let's imagine what crazy event could happen in this big space.
Yeah.
Because the people that are doing that, they're so good at that,
Yeah.
but they'd be really unhappy in your role.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I think I think of like the events coordinators last
Yes.
year, just like the things that they came up with, like the
Yes.
botanical garden tours, and then
Yeah.
like at one point we wanted to bring the Zodiac
The
boat
boat, yeah.
onto campus, and we were so close,
We
but
were really, really close.
yeah.
Andrew Stewart, if you're listening, I still want that boat. There's a lot of people on both sides of having the boat here.
Hmm.
I like keeping an ear to the ground and asking every professor I see, like, what do you want to see at EYU? What
Hmm.
is like a beautiful show-stopping event that could happen? And I've gotten some pretty good ideas. So, there's a lot of things cooking up there.
Yeah. People are like, it's really interesting to see how people want to help
And I
and
think
like the
you
things they
really
can think
get to
of.
see that in the finance position.
Hmm.
Other roles don't always get to see just how many people want to be supportive of EYU. There's a lot of people out there who they don't have the time to donate, but they do have the finances to donate. And it's actually more people willing to financially support us than support us in time. A lot of people want to donate. And I thought about this last year with the tickets selling. So coming to EYU is free and you can just reserve your free ticket on Eventbrite. A lot of people come in, they think they have to check in or show their RSVP. I mean, you just kind of show up. The Eventbrite is a great head count. But last year I added a function for people to just donate if they wanted to. And so many people came out and donated. We received over $1,300 from Eventbrite. And people were commenting things like, oh, I've been coming to EYU for 5+ years and I didn't know I was allowed to donate. So just getting the word out there has been so incredibly meaningful to people like me and DJ CLOUD Droplet.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. Like, I think once we started that like crowdfunding,
Yeah.
that's what kind of kicked it off.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think people were like last year or the 2 years ago when we were doing the t-shirt sales, like people really wanted the merch
Yeah.
and they're willing to pay, $10, $15 to support and like get a t-shirt.
And I do want to highlight that the Eventbrite donations were for 0 perks whatsoever
Hmm.
because I didn't have time to like figure out how to get perks on there. But yeah, so the Eventbrite donations were actually for like nothing. And I was like, even if this makes $0, it was like, it took me 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like people are like, even if it's like one
Yeah.
of like $5, like that really helps. Like,
Yes.
I think what do we say, like the typical cost of a booth is or to sponsor a booth is? Not sure
Okay.
because it all varies
I
depending
don't
on
really want to
supplies.
misquote it. Yeah, because some boots are completely free and others are quite
Mhm.
expensive. And I think development has ran this calculation and they have a number. So I don't want to misquote them, but
Yeah.
we can tell people what the full cost of EYU is if you
Mhm.
if you want to tell them.
Well, I think this year I need to look at the exact number, but it was in the like 70,000
Yes.
range.
Yeah.
And that's like
So
including booth supplies, including like we also charter Title I students
mhm.
to the event.
But yeah, so $70,000, and a lot of it will come from other UCLA offices, but it's not so large of a number that your $5 doesn't mean anything to us.
Right.
Like, we are really grateful for every donation that we've ever received, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, DJ CLOUD Droplet will tell you, I am like going to be really mad if we are bad stewards of people's money.
Mm-hmm.
I am very, very particular about this, and so are you, which I really
Mm-hmm.
appreciated about you.
Yeah. I don't want to be wasteful. And I
Yeah.
never want to be like, okay, like we have all this money, how can we spend it?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like I think we try and do a good job where at least we leave, you know, like again, the costs will vary. So
Yeah.
some years we might be under or over
Yeah.
the total budget, but we try and be as close to the budget or at least over so that we can kind of help supplement the next year. Because
Yes.
every year it gets more expensive.
Yes.
So yeah, we don't want to be wasteful. We want to be mindful of the funds that we're getting because we are so appreciative. Like
Mhm.
without our donors and
Yes.
without people supporting us, EYU would not happen. So
Yes.
yeah, we're super mindful of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the greatest lesson that you learned from being the finance chair for 2 years?
Oh man.
I know you and I personally have learned a lot together about, like,
Yeah.
being good people and being good collaborators.
Yeah. I think one of the things that, like, I've definitely learned more about or just, like, kind of reflected most about is, like, how to deal with that pressure of,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
having all these funds, and this is something you also kind of learn in grad school as well, so it's
yeah.
kind of like a joint lesson, but, like, dealing with that pressure, but still being a good human
Mhm.
and not, like, you know, dropping the ball on someone else or kind of passing
Yeah.
that over to the next person, like, taking that responsibility and, like, dealing with, the challenges that come, so, um, I definitely think, like, that first finance year was kind of like that challenge of like, okay,
Mhm.
what are we doing? We don't really have a map of how to do this.
Yeah,
Um, but like that's why it helps to have like multiple people in finance.
absolutely.
Because like if it was all on one person, it's really hard because like
Yes.
you're not only raising the funds, you also have to kind of divvy out the funds and
Yeah.
figure out like how much of this we need and how much of that we need and yeah, all those different like entities of where we get our funding from, that can also be a bit to juggle
Mhm.
because like yeah, kind of managing that list of like departmental donors, the grants that you apply to, keeping track of that, having all those dates and deadlines. So that's kind of the greatest lesson I've learned, but also again like just like being a good human while doing it or trying to be the best you can be
Yeah.
without like, obviously there are moments where you're just like frustrated, but dealing with that and like knowing that like someone is also there. So, yeah.
That's very nice.
Mhm.
I'm s I'm a little bit sorry that that's how it feels. I always try to tell people, like, EYU should be as stress-free as
Mhm.
possible. I think the reason a lot of us are stressed about it is because we care
Yeah.
so much about it. I mean, the people who don't care are not stressed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just such a great event, and, like, when you attend EYU, that's where you kind of, like, really get that fulfillment, which is,
Yes.
like, in the back of your mind, like, while you're doing it, you're like, "Okay, like, this can be stressful, whatever," but, like, when you're actually there and you see all these kids, like, buzzing around,
Mhm.
it's pretty enjoyable and, like, kind of makes up for it, but I wouldn't say it was, like, so stressed, but there
Yeah.
are moments where you're just like, "I don't know if I can get" especially in the early days of
Yes.
raising the funds.
Especially last year.
Yeah. Yeah, in the early days, like, sending out those emails because it's also, like, you're kind of, like, soliciting donations, right? And
Yeah,
you're just
I'm
like,
once
"I
again
don't wanna be
asking.
needy, but
Yes.
also help us out."
Yeah.
This is great for the community. It's also
Mhm.
great for our university and our
Yes.
department. So, and especially in a time where, like, like, science is being challenged and, we really should showcase that, like, science is fun and it is meaningful and yeah.
You know what's so funny is hearing you say that that's, like, the best part for you really tells me that I think you and I are, like, where we should be. Because my favorite part is actually watching board members do stuff without me telling them to do something.
Mhm,
Like, I actually like that so much more than seeing kids buzzing around, and
mhm.
that's not something that I hear anybody else say, and then I'm like, "Okay," every time I'm like, "Wow, do I really deserve to be leading this org?" I'm like, it's because this is the part that I like the most.
Yeah,
I love when board members come to meetings and they had, like, a side meeting without me, and they came
yeah,
up with a new idea, and they show
yeah.
up with it.
No, I think that is kinda telling though, like, when you're
Yeah.
in leading an organization, like, you wanna see the
Yeah.
organization succeed
Yeah.
and, like, be there for them, but you also don't have wanna micromanage,
Yes.
right? Like, that is also something that it's, like, it's hard to sometimes go about, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. So I could see how, like, that's more enjoyable for because, like, that's, like, again, like, I think people don't realize just how much work goes into EYU, like,
No, they don't
we've
understand.
started to plan
Yeah.
EYU this
Oh,
month.
yeah, yeah, we started
So
this
it's,
month.
like, months in advance of
Yeah.
planning and figuring things out, so, um, yeah, I mean, I think, like, seeing that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah,
That makes sense
that
that I
makes
would say
sense.
that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
We're doing onboarding right now, and it's so cool watching people reread stuff that people like you wrote before they
Mhm.
graduated, and, like, they're like, "Wow, this person did all this, like, really cool stuff, and, like, I can't wait to do this stuff."
Yeah.
Like, that is so marvelous to me.
And also, like, to improve it, because there's
Yes.
always things that can be improved, like,
Yes.
I remember going in, I was like, okay, I totally want to like kind of like
Yeah.
streamline these things and whatever. And like, there's still things going out of it where I'm like, man, I wish I could have done this. And I wish we could have like tapped into this. And
Yeah.
oh, if there were only more time or more people or yeah.
That's what, like, makes me so excited about it, though, and this is gonna be my last year, so now I'm feeling how you were feeling, passing things off to Hannah. Now I'm,
Mm-hmm.
like, passing things off to Samantha,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "I can't wait to see how much you improve off of what I was doing
Yeah.
here." Like, just even having a different person in there thinking about stuff is just gonna
Yeah.
change things.
And also, like, I think, like, something that's, like, really I didn't think I would be, like I was a little hesitant, like, leaving because I was like, "Oh, but, like, what if things don't" like, I have full faith in Hannah,
Yeah.
and, like, I do.
No, this is
But
not a
then it's just
reflection
like
on
yeah.
Hannah.
But, like, there's a part of you that's like, I don't wanna let go because, like,
Yeah.
this is kind of, like, not my baby, but, like, it is, like,
It is
something that's
my
really
baby.
important to me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know it's your yeah, I know EYU is your baby.
I'm gonna try
Finances are
really
my
hard.
baby, um, like, you do wanna be a part of it, but you're like, "Okay, but, like, if I did a good job, people will be able to take this on."
Yes.
So,
So I
yeah.
have noticed that I think a lot of us who are gonna kinda graduate in good standing, like, should kind of be remembered somehow, and so this year, my summer project is, like, a history of EYU section of the website. I
Mm,
really just wanna have that to talk about, like,
yeah,
"This is DJ CLOUD Droplet. She thought of crowdfunding."
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
that's
that's
really
fun.
cool, and
Yeah.
somebody should know that because there's a lot of, like, lost history.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
what's really interesting is that over, COVID, when we came back, we accidentally reinvented a lot of stuff that previous boards had had before COVID.
Yeah,
Like, let's not do that anymore.
yeah,
If we have another pandemic because people don't wanna screen for parasites, like, let's not lose more of the progress that, like,
yeah.
you and I were building.
Yeah, although it is probably kind of fun when you're like, "Oh my god, someone else thought of this." But also like, "Oh, we could have been doing this all along."
Exactly.
But, yeah, I will say, like, I think when we were going through the office that we're in, like, there were posters of, like,
Yeah.
EYU, and it's just kinda crazy to think how old it is.
Yes.
Um, but it still feels so new, and it still feels very, like I don't know, I feel like the torch gets passed on and, like, people
Yeah.
take ownership of it, where, like, sometimes I think some organizations are like, "I'm going to cling on to this
Yeah.
thing, and this is my identity. It's not
Yeah.
yours, even though you've taken it on."
I will not be like that. I'm aware of the personal biases that I put into this org, and I'm ready for Samantha to get rid of them. I
I'm sure that's not true, but
well, there's I don't know, just when Samantha and I were interviewing people and we had such different takes on every candidate, like, not
Mm,
necessarily, like, good takes, bad takes, but,
right.
like, these are the things I like about this candidate, and these are the things Samantha likes about this
Or you think
candidate.
where they would fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, we got different things out of people, and she's
Mhm,
like, "What did that person say that made you think this?" And I'd have to, like, really think about it,
mhm,
and I was like, "You know, we're in good hands." Samantha's a critical thinker,
yeah.
Hannah's a great critical thinker,
Yeah,
huge
I'm
fan.
excited to see how Samantha takes things on and, like,
Yeah,
how Hannah takes things on,
yeah.
um,
I'm a fan of
because
Hannah.
yeah. Oh, big fan, big fan.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna kind of wrap up our EYU section. Is there anything
Mhm.
else about EYU that you wanna share with our audience? Other than that they should go and donate.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, go and donate, like, it is such a fun day. I would also say go early.
Yeah.
Go early, but,
Yes.
I think we try to do our best to kind of, like, manage just the amount of people that like, the amount of people that go through. I mean, last year was our most attended one,
It was, with over
and
12,000 attendees, it's crazy.
it's hard to, like, kind of account for that or just, like, predict that because
Yes.
every year is different, but,
Yes.
yeah, I just think I would say my time on the board and my time as, like, a booth
Mhm.
person as well has just been so great, and, like, I have good memories of EYU.
Aw.
It's a great place.
Aw, that's so
It's a
nice.
great thing.
I'm glad that you're going to be signing off with good memories.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm excited to attend it and what like, in the future or, like, in
Yeah.
this next year, like,
Yeah.
again, I still am, like, I am available to help and I'm available to be there, but it'll be interesting to be there, maybe not as a like, not as a board member, right?
Yes.
As a emeritus or whatever it is,
Yes.
but yeah,
Yes.
so
You're definitely finance chair emeritus. We
yeah,
will
Right.
We should put that on the website. Anyway, yeah, Abijah, DJ Rockstar, visited in 2025, and she's
Mhm.
just like not in a reflector vest. She's wearing the hoodie with my cat drawn on it. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
so nice and
It's
relaxed.
pretty crazy, like,
Yeah.
thinking about that, and, like, I will say too, like, I've had this kind of thought of, like, after graduating, like, it's really weird to not be a grad student anymore.
Yes, I
It's
could really
really
relate to
weird to
that.
not be an EYU board member.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's strange. It's like, that was my identity for so long. What do I
Yeah.
do? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm really not looking forward to that. I'm sure things work out.
It's cool. It's fun, but it's also weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess if anything, my takeaway is go to EYU so my identity doesn't, drift away or whatever.
Well, I've only got 1 year left, and then I'll be right there with you.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
be doing that together forever.
yeah,
Which reminds me, you and I are both Tritons.
we are.
Yes.
I was looking at your stickers actually on your laptop and was like, oh my God, I always forget.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like I always forget the people who aren't Tritons. And then I'm like, oh,
There's a lot of us.
mm-hmm,
Natalie, Lorena,
mm-hmm.
Glenn.
Yeah. And a
Yeah.
few people in my lab, like,
Wow.
I feel like I don't know what it is about my advisor, but maybe she just gravitates towards students from UCSD. I don't know. A lot of us are Tritons.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Um,
Great school.
what college were you in?
I was in Muir.
Me too. That's right. We're both Mirons. I
We're
always forget
Muir.
about that.
We're Muir.
I like telling people it's kind of a personality test.
Yeah.
And I think we're like the free spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The free spirits who love the environment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's interesting because, like, it's like sorting houses in
Yes.
Hogwarts.
Well, because I feel like some of them are more like social justice oriented, which is still like I care about the environment from like this
Mhm.
perspective. But
Mhm.
Mir is like, I care about the earth for the earth's sake.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I just like that we live here.
Yeah. No, I just love the earth and I
Yeah.
love the nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a lot of my friends were either in like Revelle
Yeah.
or Warren. So
Mhm.
like either like physics, chemistry people, Revelle, and then like engineering people, Warren. And
What
so
did you major in?
environmental chemistry.
Oh, I didn't know we had that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. We have 2 environmental chemistry programs at UCSD.
Okay.
One is in environmental systems,
Okay.
and then one is in the chemistry department. So I did the environmental systems one.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So I did a lot of my classes at Scripps,
Oh.
which was really fun.
Did you take the shuttle there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who don't know, Scripps Institute of Oceanography is like right on the beach.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally like
Yeah.
right
Like
there.
the water is there, and it's not touching campus. Campus is huge. It's 6 times the size of UCLA.
Yeah.
So there's already shuttles to go everywhere, like from, physics class to the dorm, which is what I was doing. But there's a special shuttle for SIO.
Yep.
Oh, that must have been so fun.
It's very fun. I loved going there. I felt also because like it's more of a like grad program.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a lot of research and then like a lot of graduate students from chemistry or biology. If they're in the environmental world
Yeah.
or the atmospheric oceanic world, they're all there. So it felt like you were like in another world at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corners of campus at UCSD just often feel like you've been transported somewhere completely different.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
don't have the same experience here, and I don't know if it's because we're just geographically closer to each other.
Yeah. It's also like everything's kind of uniform architecture wise for the
Yes.
most part.
Yes.
UCSD, it's like every college is wacky
Yeah.
and weird.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Muir felt like we were in a prison. So as much as we were like the like environment college,
People loved calling us a prison
Yeah.
because they picked an eco-friendly
it was like
building.
concrete blocks.
Yeah, it was like, this is the most ecologically friendly way to build buildings.
I guess so.
And like paint is not worth.
Yeah, paint is horrible. Well, I mean, the VOCs in paint are pretty bad, but
Oh, interesting. Okay.
but anyway, yeah, like now thinking about it and now knowing what I know about environmental chemistry and atmospheric chemistry, I might be like, okay, that makes sense. But
Yeah, because you actually know this stuff now.
yeah, I
Okay.
do know. But yeah, there were, and now the campus has changed like completely.
Yes.
Because like there are like 9 colleges. I don't even know.
I think it's 9. I think they want 10.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, they were building 8th.
Mm-hmm.
I visited like last year or something.
Yeah.
So what made you interested in environmental chemistry? Was that something you wanted to do in high school? Did you learn about it in college?
I hated chemistry in high school. Like, I hated it. I did not think I was gonna be ever a chemist or, like, yeah. I had 2 paths in high school where I was like, "Okay, I like biology,
Uh-huh.
and I could be a doctor maybe."
Yeah.
But I also liked to be creative.
Mm.
So I actually was, like, really interested in architecture. So
Oh,
I went the architecture route, and I went into,
okay.
like, urban planning at first at UCSD.
Yeah.
Um, but then I interned at a firm, and there was also another student there, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing environmental science." And this firm was like a green firm, so it was like they like specialized in like green architecture and like
Mm.
LEED certification stuff, which is like how a building is built to be more sustainable.
Yeah, that's
And
LEED.
LEED, yeah.
Okay.
So, he was like, "Yeah, I'm doing environmental science because, like, like, it's really hard to get a job in architecture, and, I
No.
might as well, like, get that and also do urban planning or whatever."
Oh.
And so I kind of started to think about that, and I took some of the, like, courses for it. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I really liked it, and so I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I wanna switch my majors." That's why I went to environmental systems. For
Nice.
that, you had to take chemistry, and
Yeah.
so I took it again, and I was like, "Oh, this is not so bad."
Was
And it
it better teachers or
better
just being older?
teachers
Okay, okay.
better teachers, like, the professor I had was really, really great.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, then I was like, "Okay, I guess I'm switching again, and I'm going
Yeah.
to environmental chemistry." So it just kind of snowballed. Like, it's interesting to think, like, where I was in high school versus, like, where I am now and, like, how that all happened.
Yeah.
But I'm super thankful for it, and I'm super, like, grateful for those experiences.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, and I had always been interested in the environment. Like, my family and I would go camping every summer. Like,
Mhm.
when my parents were getting their green card,
Mm.
they couldn't leave the US, so
Mhm.
we would literally just go on a 2-week road trip
Yeah.
around the US and go camping. And so that's kind of, like, where I got my love for, like, nature and stuff, because we'd go to all these national parks
That's
and
very sweet.
yeah,
Do you wanna
so
talk about being Polish?
yeah, yeah, so, yeah, my parents are from Poland, they're both
Mhm.
from the same town.
That's very
They
cute.
did folk dancing together, and that's how they met. But yeah, it's a big part of me.
Yeah.
I grew up in LA, so my parents moved from Poland. My dad first moved to South Africa.
Okay. Which
Um,
is also where Avi is from. DJ
really?
Obvious.
I did not know that.
She's South African.
I didn't know
And so she's
that.
actually gonna be gone for, like, a whole month this summer visiting her family in South Africa.
That's so fun. I need to talk to her about that. But yeah,
Yeah.
my dad moved to South Africa first to get citizenship there
Okay.
because he couldn't get citizenship. Like, he couldn't come to the US.
Yeah.
And then my mom moved to South Africa. They got married there.
Wow.
And then my sisters were born there. And then my
Oh.
parents moved to the US and I was born here.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, but they moved to LA. There's a small-ish community of Polish people in LA. So
But weirdly,
um,
Hannah's also in it.
yeah, yeah, Hannah is in it. But I didn't know Hannah through it.
Yes.
I met her through EYU,
EYU,
which
which
was
is
just
really
crazy. I
funny.
saw her last name, but, like, there's a lot of people with, like, Polish heritage, so
Yeah.
I never want to assume that someone is, like, speaks
Yeah.
Polish and whatever. But yeah, Polish was my first language. There's a Polish school in LA that I went to,
Wow.
so it's, like, Saturday schools.
Yeah.
So I do, like, reading, writing,
That's so cool. I
whatever.
I was assigned to do the same thing, but I would just, like, sit on the football field of the high school that it was hosted in and
Yeah.
then come back to the classroom when my mom picked me up.
Oh,
She
yeah.
found out, like, months later and
Oh,
was
I
like
absolutely hated it when I was in it. Like, if there wasn't
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I had to do it.
Yeah.
And there were fewer students, so it's not like you can, like there were, like,
Okay.
6 or 8 of us in a class.
Oh, us too. The
So,
teacher just, like, didn't care about me so many
that's
times.
interesting. Yeah, our
Yeah.
teachers were like, "Get back in here." Yeah, my parents had to, like, bribe me to, like, do it, but I'm happy I did it because, like,
Yeah.
now I, like, go back, to Poland, like, every few years and have my family that I speak to, and I can
That is
understand
very cool.
everything, which is really fun. Yeah. So and then, yeah, I met Hannah,
Uh-huh.
who's now the finance chair, one of the finance chairs,
So excited
last
for her.
year,
Yeah. That was
and
really funny because DJ CLOUD DROPLET and Nikki were supposed to be on the team again. Something came up for Nikki. She couldn't stay with us. And then Hannah started coming in and was like, sorry, I'm so late. Can I still join? And I'm like, the only open spot is next to Kat. Do you want to do that? And then you guys just like really hit it
Yeah.
off.
Well, then she was like, oh yeah, I'm happy to meet, but I'm in Poland right now. Can I? And so then I like sent her a side email. I was like, oh my gosh. Hi in Polish, but yeah. So then that we hit it off really well, and yeah, we go to the same community center and stuff. So that's really fun. But yeah, it's a small world. It's a small world, but yeah, super. Now like with the World Cup going on, I was definitely bummed that Poland did not qualify, but it's okay.
I have no idea what's going on with the World Cup.
Yeah, it's crazy out there.
Yeah,
There's a game on right now.
I know. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, did I pull you away from the game?
I don't
care for
care.
England or Argentina?
I don't care, so you're fine.
Okay. Our last like big topic is how you got into research and what that's all been like for you.
Yeah, so because of my kind of like bouncing around at UCSD for like changing my major like
Which
3
is
times.
very common.
Super, and I'm super thankful for it because I think I ended up where I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like my last year where I actually started doing research in a lab, and I was doing it in an ecology lab, so it wasn't even in a chemistry lab, but my department required us to do like a summer or a year-long like thesis.
Really?
So you had to do a research project or like some sort of project. You could do research, you could work, didn't matter, but you were in these like kind of, it was this like 10-month program or whatever, right? And we had to kind of take on a project and then write a thesis about it. So the only lab I could find was an ecology lab that like did work in the Sierra Nevadas. So that's kind of where I started.
Yeah.
Was not chemistry related really, although I ended up using like chemistry techniques in that lab. But then, it was kind of too late for me to apply to grad schools because I didn't realize grad school was a thing in my last year.
Yeah, because normally, like, if you want to apply right out of undergrad, you do this in the summer to November of your senior year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't really start research until like September, like late September, where I was like, oh, I actually really like this.
Yeah.
And again, like as a child of immigrants, like you don't really think that like grad school is even in the realm of like things that you could like achieve or do.
Are you a first generation grad
I'm
student?
first generation, yeah. So I'm the first in the family, which is pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
But yeah, I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, like that seems like something you have to be like straight A student.
Yeah.
And I was not. I mean, my grades were fine, but like
I also was not a straight A student.
Nowhere near what I thought.
Yeah.
And no one had ever like explained that to me. And no one had ever like talked to me about like what these things are because I didn't have anyone in my family that I could like go to. So it wasn't until like that year, and it was already too late to apply. So like I just started to apply to jobs. And I kind of just cast a wide net and I applied to, and again, a lot of this thing I just kind of stepped into and didn't really know what I was getting myself into. So I applied to a job at a national lab. And I didn't know that that was like a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I was just like, whatever.
Okay,
it's like,
okay. Do you think it's related to like the growing up in immigrant household, you don't know what is a big deal? Like,
yeah. Yeah. So I didn't know it was a big deal. And it was, I mean, I'm really thankful for it because the position I applied for was specifically for a bachelor's student.
Okay.
It's called a post-bachelor.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like a postdoc.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, I wasn't competing with people with, like, years and years of experience.
Yeah.
Which I was having trouble with. Like, I think I had been applying for, like, 6 months until I finally got that job.
So shout out to everybody who's still applying.
Yeah. Look for if you're in the science realm, look for post-bachelor jobs in national labs. They're really great. And the group I was in was super encouraging. They're like, oh yeah, you can definitely do a PhD. No problem.
Yeah.
And so like they were really supportive. I was there for 2 years. And then, in that process, like while I was doing that, I was applying for schools and
awesome.
got into most of the programs I applied to. So, yeah.
Do you want to
Yeah.
flex your statistics?
Yeah, I applied to 8 schools. I got into 7.
Damn.
I did not get into Caltech. That's fine. I was not expecting to get in, but my PI was like, "You should apply there." And I was like, "There's no way."
Okay, my PI was like, don't apply there. You're going to hate it.
Yeah.
So I think you would have hated it.
I think I would have hated it. I'm so like, and had I got in,
Yeah.
I would have gone. But yeah, I applied to
Okay.
a bunch of UCs, UCLA, Irvine, Riverside, San Diego, although I was also not encouraged to go to San Diego.
I had a similar thing.
They're all like, you shouldn't go where you went to undergrad.
Yeah.
And I don't really subscribe to that anymore.
Okay.
But I'm happy where I was. I am. Like, I'm happy at UCLA.
Can I ask why you don't subscribe to that anymore?
I just don't really like put stock into like, oh, you like, if that's the research you want to do and that's the person you want to work with.
Yeah.
Then you should go, like, just go to your undergrad school. Like, I think there's like, there is this kind of thought process of like, oh, don't go to your undergrad school because it'll look bad, because it'll look like you just got in because, I don't know.
I don't think anyone thinks that. I think
or just like you need to, like, you need to expand your horizons, right? And like, I didn't have really that research experience at UCSD to like have fallen into that, but I definitely fell into that trap. But I'm happy at UCLA. I will say I wouldn't have done EYU without it. So yeah, and then Boulder, other schools. Yeah.
Oh, CU Boulder.
Yeah. But the pandemic really kind of made my decision for me in terms of where I ended up going to school, because I wanted to be near family.
Yeah.
And my family's from LA, or like lives in LA. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And that means you and I will both be here for the foreseeable future. In the greater Los Angeles area.
Yes, in the greater Los Angeles area. Yeah, because I'm postdocing in my lab, so I'm still here.
Okay, we didn't even have time to get into the research that you do here, so I might invite you back for a part 2.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But our last question for you is, if you were a child visiting EYU, so the small version of Cloud Droplet, DJ Cloud Molecule, what is smaller than a droplet?
An aerosol, a cloud condensation nuclei, a CCN, DJ CCN.
If DJ CCN was visiting EYU, what would she have wanted to hear from an adult? Maybe the adult selling the t-shirts.
Oh, I mean, honestly, that's an interesting, fascinating question. I mean, I don't know, because like, I think I would have liked to have seen an adult just like engage with me and like asking what my favorite, booth was, or like what I'm interested in. And then like kind of ask those questions. Yeah. And inspire me to like look further.
Have an adult that like cares about you and opens that conversation with you.
Yeah. Because I mean, I would like to say like, oh yeah, like just tell me to keep going and keep like keep exploring, right? And that's great, but also like, I don't know how to do that because I'm a kid.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I think like just like that curiosity of like what I'm interested in, and then like go from there, if anything.
Even like when you're 6, that just gets your gears turning about what did I see today?
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Do you have a website where you'd like people to keep up with your research, or?
I don't. I really need to get on that. And maybe next time I'll have that.
During our part 2, you'll have
part
it.
2. Yeah. I need to get on that. We have a group website, and that's I don't have the website, but it's the Paulson group at UCLA, AOS. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. It was such a pleasure to have you. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners before we sign off?
Come to EYU. Have a fun time. November 8th.
Yes.
Not the first Sunday this year.
Nope.
Second Sunday.
We will see you all on November 8th.
Yeah.
Never stop exploring.